Hi and welcome to Format. I'm Sven Harvey.
And I'm David Zabili.
And tonight we're going to be looking at our 5 favourite video games of all time, or video and computer games shall we say, because not all of them are video games, are they?
No, okay.
No. So yes, we're going to look at that. Now we did have an interesting time when we tried to do this with films for the normal Geekology show.
Yeah, me and you, we don't have to worry about this because you can't approach this from the wrong angles.
No, quite. So we'll put a link. There's going to be links up above for those of you who are watching on YouTube itself, or those places that support the clicky bits above us. But yes, right. Let's start. Give me your 5th favourite video game or computer game of all time.
Can't we go from number 1 where I look a bit
No,
cool?
we're going from 5 and up, like we generally do,
okay.
because you're not changing it just because you're going to mention Mamma Mia again or something.
It's worse than Mamma Mia.
It's worse than Mamma Mia. How?
Okay, alright. Okay. My ex-wife wanted, sorry, correction, my soon-to-be ex-wife wanted to see what the hype was about this game. And I said, okay, fine, well, you know, it's cheap enough, we'll just buy 2 copies and I'll play it with you. I might as well find out.
You're playing it on 360, aren't you?
Yeah, playing it on Xbox 360. Due to the fact that she was not a big fan of PC gaming. So I was like, okay. And it was available on both, but she wanted 360, so I'll get it on 360. We originally started, the first night we played it for 8 hours.
Okay.
We both had work the next day as well.
Right, that works out well then, yeah.
And then we dropped it down to, we are only going to play this an hour a night, and we ended up playing it for about 2 to 3 hours a night for 2 months, nearly 3 months solid. And then luckily, we broke up, so that stopped. But yeah, we were spending an obscene amount of time in this game. And I'm thoroughly ashamed of it, and I since then have gone back a couple of times. Because they've updated it and I wanted to see what they did, and there were a few things that I wanted in my world I wanted to tweak, and if I had a day off sick and I didn't want to seriously game or catch up on something, then I've been playing it, and I'm ashamed. I'm so ashamed. Minecraft. I actually play Minecraft.
Yeah, well, I can kind of see the appeal. I've tried playing it myself, and I'm just like,
that wouldn't work for you. That would drive goal-based gaming in that way, because there isn't a set structure, so you set your own goals. One of the goals is my nephew and niece play the game, and they come visit my world. They've got very strict settings. They can't mess with anything. My niece wanted a pink room, and it's not like clicking. You can't just go pink. It doesn't work. You've got to go out and shear sheep, and then you've got to dye the wall, and then you've got to make blocks of wool, and then you've got to make walls out of blocks of wool. And it took me about 2 days to give her a pink room. It was my big surprise. By the way, your room's now pink. Yeah. Yay! I should have gone to her house, painted the damn wall.
It would have been faster. Well, my 3 boys all play it.
Oh God.
So, on to my number 5, which my boys don't play, ever, because it's on a top shelf and they're not allowed to go near it.
Age restricted?
Yeah.
Go on.
18. Okay. It's Mortal Kombat.
Which version?
9. The reboot.
Yeah.
The one where they basically brought it kicking and screaming into the 21st century, but didn't put it in 3D this time. Which made more sense.
You have no idea how annoying it is playing fighting games with you. You have little girly hands and they just whiz around controls, and your memory's freaky for power moves. I remember going button mash, button mash, button mash, and you're going ding ding ding, life forms, where are you? Oh look, electric, life forms, super attack, life.
Raiden.
I remember I went
Raiden
to
wins.
punch you once and you finished the whole. No, just fighting games. Yeah.
I mean, did we originally play Mortal Kombat on the Amiga as well?
Keyboard, yeah, joystick, yeah. Wow, bang. Yeah, we did, and you were just as disgusting to play them with back then.
Yeah. Well, Mortal Kombat 9. It's just called Mortal Kombat really, but it's Mortal Kombat 9. They rebooted the entire series. They basically put the first 3 games into one game, put it on the PS3 and the 360 and the Vita.
Oh, the graphics are gorgeous, and it runs. It actually runs
really well. I mean, I played it primarily on the PS3 and the Vita because I'm me, and I like a controller that
fits
is designed that and designed, you know, to work with beat 'em ups and not first person shooters.
Yeah, I know my genre is not one you like.
But yeah, absolutely fantastic game, and the X-ray moves. Especially when my wife's sitting next to me going, "That actually anatomically correct." I'm amazed.
Amazing, she pays that much detail.
Well, it's like I'm playing it after she's watched like surgery and TV programs and stuff like that, and you're just like, right, okay.
You don't want that sort of thing.
No, I don't. I'm like, going, what are you doing? I'm trying to eat, and you're watching bones and surgery and stuff like this. I'm just like, why am I trying to eat now? And then I put Mortal Kombat on, so I'm like, I really can't talk. Yeah. Really can't talk. Anyways, what's your number 4?
Oh, I'm not embarrassed about that. Let's get drunk and play game.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it is. Oh, I always screw up this title. Super Mario Kart Double Dash, the GameCube version.
Yeah.
But played on the Wii.
Okay. So it's a little.
I played it on the I played it on the GameCube when it came out, but when I got a Wii, I obviously, because they're compatible, I tried it and it just runs just a little.
Yeah, it does. It smooths out all the problems, doesn't it? And gets the frame rate.
Just one or two, the frame rate gets back up. And so it really smooths it out. But it's really weird that version of the game is better than the Wii version of Mario Kart. It's like, how's the predecessor better?
Oh, they broke Mario Kart. They put it on the Wii.
Yeah. They didn't do it favours.
It was trying to bring in the motion control. It didn't quite work. Yet, bizarrely, Mario Kart on the Wii U seems to be better.
I've not played it on the Wii U.
Yeah.
So.
You need to come round, the boys have got it.
Oh,
Boys played a lot. There's a theme here.
Yeah, I'm noticing this. Okay, go on then. What's
Alright, my number 4, this might be mildly embarrassing depending on who I'm telling, is the Transformers game that should have had Armada.
I'll tell you right now, yes, Transformers game, yeah, they're all embarrassing.
Should have had Armada underneath it, but didn't. It was actually released in 2004.
Which one?
Atari one, on PlayStation 2.
Oh, I've not played it.
Ah.
You kept saying about it and I've not got around to it.
It's basically, the graphics for it being a PlayStation 2 game are like, seriously, this is on a PlayStation 2.
Okay.
It's really well done. And you have a situation where you can actually run into a group of Decepticons, run through them, blasting away, transform, drive around, bash into them in vehicle mode, drive off, jump, transform, back, turn around, take them out from behind. It's so fluid. It's really, really well done. It's based on the Transformers series that had the minicons that latched on to the characters. So you've got bullet time essentially when they put time on. And then you have other minicons which unlock other weapons. So you've got sniper scopes and you've got Optimus Prime.
Max Payne did bullet time better. Just saying. No, I'm saying it did for the time period for which it was done. Max Payne's bullet time was an amazing concept in the game.
But in Transformers, I mean, it's like Optimus Prime you could put a minicon on that gave him wings, so you could actually climb up to the top of a mountain and just fly through the level because it was all open. I mean, there was a specific path to do the level to get to the next level, but once you've done it, you could go back and just fly around and find all of the datacons, which are like unlocks and stuff like that. And at the end of the game, basically, before you did the last boss, which was Unicron, what you really wanted to do is go back through the entire game and find every single minicon, because if you unlocked them all and then went up against Unicron, all of the minicons combined together into one sort of like suit kind of thing for Optimus, and you could take out Unicron, which was just fantastic. And some of the unlocks on it were things like you could unlock little bits of footage from the original TV show, like the health and safety commercially things, like don't go out at night on your own and all this kind of stuff. And also, like, they had remixes of some of the music.
See, now that I can imagine you getting excited.
This was really, really cool, and it was really well done. It was a very, very good game, and it's such a shame it only ever came out on PS2 and didn't get the sequel they were working on, which was going to be multiplayer, and so on and so forth. And yeah.
Okay.
Great game. Certainly, it's worth having a PlayStation 2 for. Absolutely. So yeah. So what's your number 4? So you've done your 4. Number 3.
Oh, my number 3 is Catherine.
Yeah.
Both the Xbox and the PS3 version, doesn't really matter. The conversions were not identical, but close. But just a fabulous game. I love puzzle games, and the disconjointed concepts of running through his psyche are just, it's great. It's just truly bizarre. It's what I wished American McGee's Alice was.
Oh, okay.
You know, if they'd have just tweaked it a little bit more. Yeah. So, yeah, great game. Again, feel no embarrassment about that one.
Well, my number 3 is Napalm: The Crimson Crisis on Amiga CD-ROM.
Jesus, you are going obscure. Okay.
Oh yeah, this was basically a game that was released by Clickboom of Canada on Amiga machines that had to be upgraded with a CD-ROM drive, various accelerators, and probably a graphics board to even remotely play it properly. And it was a very large, involved Command & Conquer clone, essentially. Because most people don't realise that Command & Conquer is actually kind of following on from Dune 2 on the Amiga by Westwood Studios, and then Command & Conquer came out on the PC later on floppy disk, and then got re-released to Windows 95.
You're going to love my honourable mention.
But Napalm was so much fun, as long as you got the machine that could run it properly, which you needed. I mean, I was running on an Amiga 4000 with a graphics board and 68040 processor and like 16 meg of RAM. And
now I know how impressive that was at the time, but by today's standards,
yeah, I know.
That was a beast.
Yeah, at the time. I mean, this is the thing, when the A4000 first came out with the A40 processor in it.
Remind me if I open my iPhone.
I mean, this thing had like 2 meg of video RAM, like 2 meg of chip RAM,
2 whole meg of chip
which
RAM,
we would now call video RAM, and 4 meg of fast RAM, and sold the O40 processor running at 25 megahertz, I think it was.
Oh Jesus!
It was a full O40 processor with the MMU and the FPU, and it was something like £3,500.
Yeah, you didn't pay that.
With an 80 megabyte hard drive in it.
You know what? Actually,
80 megabytes. We're filming onto a memory card that fits just over my thumb, and that's what 16 gig. It's ridiculous when you think about it.
I've got a 5 meg hard drive upstairs.
Winchester.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I still have a floppy disk. Really should rephrase that. I still have a portable floppy disk drive.
Right.
The paper variety.
What?
Paper floppy disks this big. Paper disks. Did you never use original floppy disks?
Oh, you mean a 5 1/4? Well, it's not paper. It's just in a cardboard frame.
Paper. It's a cardboard frame with a little tiny piece of plastic film in it. It's terrible.
That's what a floppy disk was. I mean, it could be worse. It could be an 8-inch floppy or a 12-inch floppy. Matron.
Okay, alright, let's move on.
Let's move on. And your number 2 is?
Okay. Then, bear in mind when the game was released. Bear in mind you don't have to be a fan of a franchise to enjoy a game from a franchise.
True.
X-Wing versus TIE Fighter.
Ooh, PC floppy disk game.
PC floppy disk game. The thing is, I played both X-Wing and TIE Fighter, but X-Wing versus... I thought my Christmas had come... I thought gaming would never get better than the day that
and this is from a unique period of time as well, because that and Command & Conquer were games that were released on floppy disk for DOS.
You are going to really
re-released
enjoy...
Windows 95.
You are so going to enjoy my honourable mentions. Yes, it is. But that seriously,
you must have had a joystick, a really quite nice joystick to play that, didn't you?
I had a phenomenal joystick to play that, and do you know what?
Mouse and keyboard. Yeah.
I went out and bought at the time. I can't remember the model. It was a quick something. I went out and bought a flight simulator joystick, the one that had the flip up for the guns, the bottom underneath, the 3 side buttons that you could do from a central yoke, and the accelerator and thrust back. It was £120. I bought that joystick.
Was it a Thrustmaster?
Was a Thrustmaster? Yes! I went out and bought a Thrustmaster.
Before Thrustmaster was bought by Guillemot and turned into some
Was that when they went?
And then the wind starts, and then it stopped having metal in it. And,
people thought genuinely that I had lost my mind buying the joystick, but I love the game so much.
Did you ever play Panzer on the Xbox? Yeah. It's not the 360, it was the original Xbox, wasn't it? Good God, yeah. Anyway, my number 2.
Go for it.
PlayStation 3, released in 2007 originally, updated a little bit later. Wipeout HD3.
Of course, yeah. Wipeout.
The game, which runs at 60 frames a second in 1080p on the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
And then got upgraded to be 3D. And then upgraded with some more stuff. And just got crazy. And fantastic title. I mean, it came out when there was no DualShock controllers for the PS3. Yeah. And then you had the DualShock put into it. It's got trophy support added to it, which wasn't in it originally. It had the 3D functionality put into it, so you could actually play in 3D. And there's actually a version of it that's running around at 4K.
Is it?
Yeah, and it was done specifically for one tech demo, and I think it's only one track, but they basically reprogrammed it, and I think it has to run on 2 PS3s conjoined in some way. It was just to show off what it could look like on a 4K television, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. And it's fantastic, and I love the fact that the tracks have been ported over to Wipeout 2048 on the Vita as well, so you can play against PS3 owners over the PlayStation Network from your Vita.
Okay.
Which is just brilliant. Right, before we go on to number 1, let's go through our honourable mentions.
Okay, I'll go for my honourable mentions.
Okay.
Right, you're going to have to excuse me. I need my post-it because I had trouble. Okay, you know about honourable 5 mentions?
Yeah, I didn't stack in 5 either.
Okay, I'm saying it's 7, but that's because I'm incorporating 3 games into one little bundle. So, at the bottom end of my honourable mentions has to be done is the entire of the Discworld series.
Okay.
Because they're amazing and they were great and they're better on PC. I don't care what Sony people say, they're better on PC. Yeah.
Makes me think of Simon the Sorcerer.
The humour is Terry should have done more video games. So yeah, Discworld. Okay, there are reasons for this honourable mention. One of them being that I wasted a lot of time in arcades. It's one. I had a girlfriend a few years ago who was arcades mad. We couldn't pass an arcade without her going in, just trying every retro game that from her youth didn't. She never got. I remember them all, so I was not so enthusiastic. But yeah, she loved them all. Ghost Squadron, Ghost Squad, which ironically, one of the reasons I love it is that my dad, who never played video games, wanted a Wii. For links training, which again is on my honourable mention. Yeah, it's on my. One of the guys at the gun club said how much he loved it. So okay, I'll give that a go. So we went out and bought one just to try it. And House of the Dead.
Yeah, makes sense.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Ghost Squad and links training. I spent so many evenings playing those with my dad. It was great. I used to finish work, nip to their house, have a coffee. Me and my dad would sneak upstairs, play for about half an hour, come back down. It was great. So those are there, and then one that I'm not embarrassed about it. I wasted a great deal of my youth playing Command and Conquer. Every version, but particularly the original. And last but not least, no, two more. I'll go with Super Stardust with you, but I'm going to go with Portable.
Okay.
Specifically, although I enjoyed them all. Yeah, I enjoyed them all, but I really liked Portable. Many an hour on the bus has been spent with that. And last but not least, because again, childhood wasted, Settlers.
Yes.
Come on then.
Right, your honourables. What my honourables are? Okay, let's have a look. Turrican 2. Let me go.
Oh yeah, okay, go with that one.
Yeah, it was just and music. I mean, Chris Hall's music and that is just phenomenal. But you probably know that it's like it's a Amiga game. Music, important. Absolutely. Megalomania. Done by Sensible Software.
Really?
Yeah. Sensible Software's Megalomania, where it's basically a kind of a god game with tech levels. You advance to tech level.
I remember it. But
yeah, I love that.
Okay.
I love that. Brilliant game. 2 further Transformers games need mentioning, which are Fall of Cybertron and War for Cybertron, which they're not as good as the PlayStation 2 Atari game because they're a little bit more clunky, but from a storyline point of view, they're really, really, really cool. The fact that they've filled in back gaps in the old... What?
I remember the game that I absolutely love, and I can't believe I forgot to crowbar it into my honourable mention.
Crowbar? What?
Star Trek Armada.
Oh, well, yes.
It's an amazing, you can play with a little ball cube. It's great. I wasted so much of 2001 with that game. Literally, 2001? 2001, I wasted like a month on that game. I had a month off work because I was ill and I was doing some other bits. And literally, the game came out, I just...
You didn't really get into Elite Force and things like that, though, did you?
I've got it, didn't enjoy it. But no, Armada. No, it was good. Armada 2 was you could do super ball cubes and things, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry, go. I just got... As you were saying like that, my brain went... Armada! You forgot Armada! You wasted so much time with Armada!
Another game that grabbed my attention and then held it for a long time, Metroid Prime on the GameCube.
Yeah, you're a big fan
Fantastic
of that one. I remember
game.
you just...
I don't like first-person shooters.
No, but you really enjoyed that one.
Really, really good. It wasn't really a shooter as such, really was. And there's 3 games which kind of bundle together because they're essentially from the same team.
Go for it.
Burnout Paradise, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, Need for Speed Most Wanted, which was essentially Burnout Paradise 2.
Yeah, I never quite... you've always been a fan of those. And
it's quite amazing how 3... games based in America that are made in Guildford in the south of England can grab your attention. I loved all of them, and this is the thing: is the Need for Speed games that came out around them just don't come close. So yeah, that's quite amazing. So yeah, there's those as well. Right, number 1. What's your favourite game of all time?
You've got a gist from these kind of games that. I really like space flight sims. I really like solving techie puzzles. At a push, I'll shoot things if I have to, but that's more of an interactive thing with friends.
Yeah, it's quite eclectic actually.
I'm quite willing to race cars with weapons.
Yeah, Road Blasters.
As long as it's with
Showing my age now, Road Blasters, oh my god.
Yeah, so I enjoy this game with friends.
I know what this is, don't I?
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I didn't sleep for months, but a friend and I did get ridiculously high on the world chart. We were aiming for the top spaces for a good time, and then,
life got in the way.
Yeah, I think his girlfriend said, you know what, sleep is the thing, and I finished work some nights when we would just have 2.
Yes, that little seed that was planted with the settlers and then followed by Command and Conquer, isn't it?
Yeah. Halo Wars.
Yeah.
Without a shadow of a doubt, the most ripped apart, slagged off, underappreciated, thoroughly, people never got the game of the Halo franchise.
Yeah.
The amount of people that just went, ugh. It's like, are you kidding me? This game is...
It's not a first-person shooter though, Dave.
It's so awesome.
I know.
You can't...
It's the only Xbox game and the only Halo game that really held my attention for more than 5 minutes.
I was so happy the day they said they were going to do a sequel. So gutted when I realised that was never going to happen.
No, it didn't sell well enough, did it? Which is a massive shame.
It's an amazing game.
Yeah.
And the big thing is, people will say to me, oh, Command and Conquer, back in the day. And I'm like, seriously, play Halo Wars.
Do you know what I would have loved to have seen is Halo Wars converted to the PC, because with a mouse and keyboard that would have been even more epic for me. But yeah.
No. If that happens, I'm never leaving this house. Seriously. No, honestly, I've got 2 friends in particular, because we play 3-player occasionally. But it's really weird because the gentleman I normally play this game with, he's great. If ever one of us, we receive a text and it's always one of us has been dumped or work has just gone disastrous or the cat's been run over, and it's play. That's the text. The text says play, and then we text back with 45 minutes, an hour, you know, whenever we can get to a machine. And I actually hired an Xbox once and went out and bought a copy of the game so that I could play it in a hotel, because he'd broken up with his then girlfriend and was like, I need to play. And I'm like, I'm at a convention. He was like, what can you do? And I went around people at the Congo and said, anybody got their 360 with them? Can I borrow a 360? And somebody said, the game shop around the corner will hire them out. And I hired one for the night so I could sit in my hotel room at a convention, hammered out my brain playing high levels.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just an amazing. I love that game, but it's one of those games you can pick up and put down, and it's no big deal. You know,
fair enough.
You don't have to suddenly remember how to do everything. You just, once you know it, you know it. It's not going anywhere.
Fair play.
Go on then, lay it on me. What's your number one?
This game was one I was playing for hours, days, months, years.
Okay.
You know, as a teenager.
Oh, alright, so we've got an Amiga.
Yes, it's definitely an Amiga. It was the game I actually had to set things up and then leaving it playing overnight while I slept. The original Settlers. Amiga floppy disk. The only one that allowed you to play two players with two mouse controllers, two mice, split screen.
Okay, explain something to me, because I don't understand this. Right? When was that first Amiga out?
I'm trying to remember now. I think it was 93.
Okay.
Because it supported the extra RAM and stuff like that, and 1200 and things.
So how come a machine in 93 can do something that most top of the line PCs can't do today?
I know, run two mice.
Seriously, two mice? How is that complicated?
No.
Just no.
No. You just plug in two mouse controllers into the back of the Amiga and you were away in two player split screen, and it was fantastic. The Settlers, the original Settlers, it was essentially it was an original God type game, but with economics and things like you had to design your paths, roads.
It's in my honourable mentions.
Oh, I know.
It's in my honourable mentions. It is.
And they broke it with Settlers 2 for me. It was very close in Settlers 2, but not being able to do the split screen two-player thing annoyed me intensely, because the PC could do, the PC version of the original Settlers couldn't do it. Settlers 2 couldn't do it. Settlers 2 never came on anything other than the PC. Well, until they did the 10th anniversary one on the DS, which was even more broken.
They did it on DS?
But it's it's severely broken.
How broken? Because I'm quite tempted to play that.
Not playable broken. From what I understand, I had a very quick go of it. I had for a very short period of time, and it made me want to kill myself. I think the biggest problem with Settlers 2 was the fact they were trying to do the ship building and exploring, and it didn't quite work. I don't think the game mechanic was quite ready for that. And from Settlers 3 onwards, they lost. Basically, the characters sort of like lost their cutesy appeal, and it just kind of became like just another Command and Conquer.
You actually really wanted to protect them.
Exactly. And I love the fact that you could play it on an A500 quite happily, you know, up to a certain world size. But then the bigger the machine you got, the bigger the world you could play with. Which ended up with on my 4000 with like I think I had 6 meg, then 10 meg of RAM at some point, and suddenly I had these massive worlds that literally took a month to conquer, because it was that big, and you're building up your watchtowers and go on and go. And it was just a fantastic time. Brilliant game. And loads of people have tried remaking it. There's even an online Settlers, but it's nothing quite.
They're never going to.
And the problem is I think the difficulty is that, like Lemmings, you can't reproduce something that operated with like 8 pixels per character, and you try and do it now with too many pixels in that area, and it looks too refined, it looks too good. That sounds absolutely mental. It looks too good to have the character.
Minecraft player.
Yeah. So, is there anything coming out you're looking forward to?
You're kidding, right?
Yeah.
Arkham Knight's coming out.
Well, yes, there is that. Let's drive the Batmobile sideways, and then let the guys at the film studio steal the design for the Batmobile.
It's coming out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And to tell you the truth, I'll be interested to see, because games are going in funny directions at the moment, and it's I'm just looking forward to see what they actually come up with.
I mean, I haven't played Mortal Kombat X yet, which came out 2 days ago while we're filming this.
Yeah.
And I haven't been able to get hold of that yet. They've done it in a steel pack as well, not a steel book, in a steel pack.
Steel pack?
Yeah, it's just an alternative company's version of it. And then, Arkham Knight, my middle son's really looking forward to that because he's completed Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. And he's really, really good at them, which is kind of depressing.
I'm terrible at them. It's just, it amuses me no end how bad I am at them.
Absolutely. But I mean, this is the thing: is there's so much coming out this year, and most of it just isn't grabbing my attention at all. It'll be interesting to see what's coming out more towards Christmas. I think the one thing that's caught my attention recently more than anything else is Lego Dimensions.
Yeah, I can see that.
Basically, it's I don't know if you've not heard of it yet. It's basically Lego's version of Skylanders, but it does sound really rather fun.
Yeah, it's like Alien Isolation. Talk about a way of moving. I mean, I was really looking forward to Colony, and then
playing Marines. Yeah,
just
and they came out. It was terrible. You can pick it up for £3 though, brand new. Is it worth it?
No, I've already got it.
It's like buying the Star Trek game on the PS3 or the 360. Don't do that. Yeah, don't ever do that. Don't do that.
No, Star Trek Conquest on the Wii. An amazingly balanced game.
Yeah, I had problems with the whole concept of that.
Graphically not great, but balanced. The PlayStation version is abysmal.
Bearing in mind it's PlayStation 2. Yeah.
It sucks. Right? And everyone's going, it's a straight conversion, it's not a straight conversion. The graphics and the mechanics, but the AI is off. So when you're playing in the first person perspective mode of the game where you're flying the ships around, you're actually in the battle sequences, the AI on the computer's side of things is actually on the ball. You've got to be quite... You can trick the one on the other. You just fly around quick enough. Bing, bing, it's gone. No, just no fun.
I'm just thinking of the Star Trek game on the PSP now. What was it again?
No, you are kidding me. You don't remember Tactical Assault?
Tactical Assault, that's it.
Me and you wasted a lot of time playing against each other Tactical Assault until we realised that we were fairly equally matched.
Yes. I particularly enjoyed taking the Enterprise up against the Excelsior. Can't think why.
me and you had some interesting battles. We were like, what happens if you do this? Let's find out.
Well, I think that was pretty much it for tonight.
We
have got a couple of things we've got planned for format later on in the year because it's the Amiga's 30th anniversary this year. We'll be doing an A500 and the ECS and an OCS machines around it. So it's the Amiga 500, the 600, the 500 plus, 3000, 2000, 1000, blah. And then the 1200 and 4000 because we've already done the CD32 and the CDTV, but those are quite major formats and a lot of people don't even realise what they were, which is depressing. So
I don't know. I actually know what they were. They were things that you raved about at the time, and I
shut up. You've got a 1200.
I've got a 500 and a 1200 and a CD32. You've not mentioned the live event.
Oh yeah, I mean there's a, because it's the Amiga's 30th anniversary this year. There is actually a celebration going on in August. It's about a week after the 30th anniversary of the actual unveiling of the Amiga at the Lincoln Center in New York, but the American celebration is happening over that weekend. So the British one is the weekend after. It's been held in Peterborough. It's in aid of children in need. RJ Michael from the original Amiga development team is going to be there, and a load of other Amiga people from both Commodore UK management team and various other Amiga related people will be turning up. So
fantastic.
There'll be a link below for that. So have a look and see if you want to pop along. I'm doing my best to be there, so that
should be interesting if nothing else.
Absolutely. Anyway, thank you for watching, and we'll be along with more formats soon. Don't forget you can follow us on Facebook, you can follow us on Twitter, and you can always subscribe to us here on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and good night.
Good night.
format.
Now you need to. I was putting in my ears.